ever struggle in knowing what to pray? Or maybe even you're having moments in your life where you don't feel like praying. The words are not coming. I've been there. I've had many moments in my life where just the words just wouldn't come. Especially, it seems, over this last year, I've watched a few of my friends struggle in their marriages. Some of my friends have walked away from ministry and said, I don't want to do it anymore. And this has been really hard for me. And there's been times when I've sat to pray and the words just wouldn't come. Well, if that's you, I have some good news for you. You're not alone. You're not the only one. And in fact, we get some really good words that Paul shares with us in Romans chapter 8. And in this, we see that the Holy Spirit actually comes and prays on our behalf. Imagine that. The Holy Spirit. Maybe you've had some interesting thoughts about who the Holy Spirit is. You've been freaked out. You've seen some things that have I don't think I want anything to do with the Holy Spirit. But I want you to know today, friends, that the Holy Spirit, we don't need to fear the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is indeed a part of the Trinity. As the third person, we have the Father who's God. We have Jesus the Son. When in fact they're all God. The Trinity is all God, but we have the Father represented. We have the Son, Jesus, but we also have the person of the Holy Spirit. And one of the things that the Holy Spirit wants to do is sometimes will come and pray on your behalf. And in this, the Holy Spirit wants to come and help, wants to intercede, wants to plead, and wants to work on your behalf. Let's look at the first thing, is that the Holy Spirit wants to help us. Paul talks about that we have these moments of weakness. How many have ever felt weak? I know I have. And sometimes you just feel so drained, so empty, that even when it comes time to pray, the words just don't come out. Well, he comes and helps you. And in fact, Paul tells us that the Holy Spirit actually comes and gives you the strength that you need, empowers you to press forward, to keep going, that even in those moments when you feel like you can't keep going, that he helps to keep the relationship with God intact. That he wants to be there to give you strength, supernatural strength, strength that you don't have within yourself, strength that you can't get at a gym, strength that you can't get for eating the right things, but a supernatural strength that empowers you and allows you to continue to move forward and keeps your relationship with God strong. It also tells us that he intercedes on our behalf, that he will actually take our requests before the throne room of God himself. Man, that's so cool to know that. That's amazing to know that when the words aren't coming, when you don't know what to say, you don't know how to say it. And friends, doesn't it feel overwhelming sometimes? Who do I pray for? What part of the world do I pray for? What needs do I pray for? Marriages, salvations, healings, miracles? And if you're in a part of a church, well, what area of the church do I pray for? Who in the church do I pray for? I hear all these prayer needs, but who? I don't know. It's just so overwhelming. And sometimes we're just like, God, I don't even know where to start. I'm just feeling so overwhelmed. And in those moments, he will come and he will intercede on your behalf. He will say, don't worry. I got your back. I remember I was new to a school in London, grade 10, new high school. I didn't know anybody. I didn't have a lot of friends. This school was 10 times bigger than the school I came from. And I remember these three older guys. They were in grade 12 and they came to me and they said, "Hey, listen, I just want you to know that if anybody gives you a hard time, anybody comes near you, we've got your back." Friends, you know how that helped me, how I felt in that moment? I felt invincible. I could walk the halls and not be afraid because these grade 12 guys had my back. And that's what the Holy Spirit does for you. He intercedes on your behalf. He says, "I've got your back. I'm with you. You're not alone here. And I will take your requests when you don't feel it or you feel overwhelmed, and I will take them before God Himself." Then it also says that He pleads. It actually even uses the word groans on our behalf. Groanings, these are those moments when they're like, the words just are not coming. And He says, "I hear them. I hear your heart. I hear what's on your mind. I know that you can't say them. You can't put them into words. Maybe you're so distraught. You're in grieving. You're overwhelmed." And friends, I know those are hard times to be in, and those times when you're just like, I was not expecting that news. I was not expecting that to happen. When unexpected things happen in our life and they just knock us back, and there's groanings, our heart's desire are just so full. We're so overwhelmed. And He hears our groanings. But also part of that where He pleads for us is He pleads for us to stay connected to God. Friends, I've seen it too many times that when people they go through a tragedy or they go through a hard time, they run from God. They run from the church. And the Holy Spirit just comes and says, "I'm pleading with you. I'm begging with you. I hear your heart's cry, but don't leave. Don't leave God's presence. Don't disconnect from God. He's got your best interests. And even though you might not understand why it's happening, God is with you." And the last part is that He works everything together for good. You might be saying, "Well, my life right now is nothing. There's nothing good about my life." Yeah, but He wants to take it. He wants to take the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it, and He's going to work it out. He has purposes for everything that happens in your life. Even when you don't understand it, Paul tells us that He's working it out for your good. He's taking it all, and He has purpose for your life. He has desires for your life. He's working like overtime, 100,000%, to make sure that everything comes together for good. That in the end result is good. That's what the Holy Spirit desires for you. So friends, when those moments when you don't know what to pray or the words just aren't coming, Romans 8 reminds us that the Holy Spirit, He comes and He helps us in our weakness. Oh, He comes and He intercedes on our behalf, and He takes our requests before the throne room of God. That He pleads with us. He hears the groanings and longings of our heart that we just can't get out. And He pleads that we would stay connected to God. And then He's also working everything out for good. All the circumstances, everything that happens in your life from when you were born until right now, He's working it all out. He's got purpose for good. So friends, be encouraged today that when you don't know what to pray, when you don't know what to pray for, when you don't have the strength to pray, the Holy Spirit will come and will pray on your behalf. Friends, that's good news. I hope that helps you today. I hope you feel encouraged today, and I hope you have a fantastic day.